I'm going to try the tiger eye, to try and do the tiger eye, which is a challenge because it's one of the more complicated stones to mimic with polymer clay. But what do I have to lose? If that doesn't work, then that's fine. Nobody's gonna suffer from it. So this is FIMO clay, this is Premo Suffle, this is Premo Suffle, this is FIMO, this is Premo Translucent, this is FIMO, this is Premo Suffle, and this is Premo Sculpey Premo, yeah. Sculpey Suffle, yeah, Sculpey Suffle, that's how it's called. This is Sculpey Suffle. This is actually my favorite clay for the finish of it. Okay, so this white piece is not particularly clean, but that's okay because I'm just gonna add just a little bit of it. And I'm also going to mix with translucent some inks. This is Poppy Red, which is very red. This is Sunset, something like burnt orange, and this is terracotta. So let's see. Okay, I rolled all of that, and I'm going to color these pieces with ink, the pieces of translucent clay. So I suppose I will need some uncolored translucent, so I'm leaving it as is. I added a little white bit to this. Now I'm just going to use 2 or 3 drops. This is Sunset, this burnt orange, this is Poppy Red. For such a big piece, it's gonna be not too red in the end of it. And then the terracotta, let's use also like 6 drops and mix them. So I mix these and not even particularly well, which is again fine because you know, we are trying to mimic stone and it's nature, and in nature all sorts of things happen. Now upon seeing this red, I think it doesn't really work with this palette, and I could turn it into brown very easily, but I will just simply discard it from this particular project and use it for something else. Now, does what we are looking at look like a tiger eye? There is quite a bit of orange here and less brown, and the dominant color of tiger eye is brown, so I might want to add some additional color, additional shade of brown. And for a different shade of brown, I'm just going to use the stripes of black, some part of this terracotta, and a little bit of brown. So this is the new shade of brown, which is darker than this basic brown and lighter than black, so that works. Now I think what is wonderful about tiger eye is that it's essentially simply a striped thing. It's like, it just stripes. There is nothing else, no ridges. I mean, there are some ridges if you look attentively, but Actually, it might be a good idea to add the ridges. Anyway, we will be cutting this stone now, and the way we're gonna do it is just by making a lot of layers. Now all of this clay is of different thickness, and what that depends on is nothing. Basically, I'm just using a thickness that I feel like is, you know, either dictated by how much I have this particular clay, or I don't have, and that's all. So they're all different thickness for no reason. Now, as far as white goes, I actually think that the tiger's eye doesn't really have white stripes, so I might also discard it, the translucent with white, from this particular project. So there is just a little bit of black, so let's use it just in case to make it more enlivened. I'm just basically going to cut everything in this kind of bits. I definitely have more orange than necessary and less brown than necessary, so we'll see if I will have to rearrange it a little. By the current orange look of it, it's not gonna get me into the area of tiger eye, but I'll see if I can add some other brown mixed with all of that. Sometimes green tiger's eye has a little bit of green, so that would be nice probably to add a little bit. In general, I would say the more layers there are, the more interesting it's gonna be, I think. is such a bright orange. I'm just gonna add one tiny layer of that. I'm going to mix this to have another brown. Okay, this is some tiger eye brown. I'm going to mix some more browns. This is the result. So this is what we have in total. We have 2 black ones, 2 dark brown, 2 brown which are reddish, 2 basic browns. This is a shade lighter. I don't know if you can see it, but it is. So there are 2 of those, 2 of the yellow ones, 2 of translucent. A brown that is a shade darker than these ones, and this is gold and this one mixed with brown. And then I have like 4 orange ones, which actually I don't know if they belong to the tiger eye, but I kind of want to have at least maybe 1 orange there. So, or 2, I'm going to leave 1 basic orange and 1 orange which we mixed, and I think this is terracotta, and I'm just going to put away these ones for now. So that looks like a possible tiger eye, the things that are left. Let's see if we can arrange them in layers so that it works. Okay, so this is a black. Let's start with that, and then add a shade darker, for instance. That would be like that, something like that. And then let's add something just a little lighter, like this. And then go to the reddish brown. So that's like the darker part of the stone, for example, right? Then let's do like the lighter piece, and then a darker one again, which would be this one, like this tiny greenish one, something like that. Alright, and then let's do the lighter ones. Suddenly there's this turn to lighter ones, and let's do translucent. Let's put lighter brown here, and then even orange, and then suddenly there was a brownish brown, like reddish brown, I should say, and then a little lighter brown. Then suddenly there was another golden looking layer, and even a brighter orange one, and then translucent again, for instance. And then there was this darker brown, the lighter brown, another brown and black. So it begins and ends with a black thing. Now we have this, and let's make sure that everything sticks together. Let's make something like a square out of it. And we need those stripes to be having this edges that the tiger eye has, right? How do we achieve that? Little edges and ridges. Maybe let's do something like this. Those are going to be edges. And because I'm kind of afraid to lose the work that I've done, I'm going to put this part separately and continue with this one by now. If I'm not happy with this part, I can return to that other one. So now I'm going to press it like this, squeeze all the layers tight. Cut it into half. Add those together. Do it one more time. Glue it together again. Now it's interesting. I like the result, but there is also a possibility that these are too thin. So that's where this part is coming. Let's press it a little more, just a little more, like this. Cut it into half. Press it one more time, like this. Now let's cut it into two, like this. And add those layers. Here. And here. So this is how it will basically look. Now I'm going to press it together a little bit. And cut this edge first. And then cut a liberal part of this slab, a chunky one. So this is what we have. I'm going to roll it. Well, maybe this is not a tiger eye, but it is still something interesting. tiger eye after all. These tiny layers look nice. There are no edges though that we wanted to achieve, and this tiger eye does have edges, reefs, but it's good enough. I'm going to cut it. With this. Okay, I prefer to roll the stuff on the tile, which I send to the oven directly. This way I don't have to move my pieces from one place to another, which is always a challenge to preserve them. So I only have 2 more of these things, and I will make some additional somethings out of them. And the way I do it is I'll roll them just a little bit. Usually the tiger eye is cut along the stripes, sometimes vertically, sometimes horizontally. I feel like cutting this one horizontally. Somewhere here, probably. I leave them chunky because this is how tiger eye is usually cut. It's probably for pendants more than for the earrings. It'd be great to have it shaped without cutters. It'd be awesome. But it is also not easy. I think the next try I will aspire to add more yellow. Usually the stripes are also more even. They're kind of stretched. Anyway, for this I think I'll use the vertical shape. Probably on this side. This is the piece that I cut in the very beginning. I'm going to roll it too to see if I can achieve the more precise lines to preserve the integrity of this thing. There are stripes in tiger eye, which are more wide actually. So maybe next time we'll have some stripes closer to one another for more contrast. We will see. Which shape should I use? No, it should be the stripes here should be horizontal. These are too small. This is too big. If I do it this way, it's not going to be horizontal. This one's too big. Fine, let's try and do this one. This will definitely need to be polished for better results. Now this is my first piece that I made out of this. Did it preserve the integrity of the form while I was moving it back and forth? I don't know. But sorry. Let's say it did so. This is all, and I'm going to put all of that in the oven, and then I will need to polish all of this. Always a question, should I make the smaller ones? I don't really use them for anything. And I also can't really make round ones. Also, it might be a good idea to use some green in the next iteration. See you soon. Exciting moment. This came from the oven. The tile is still hot. It looks like they baked very well. They would need polishing and buffing in order for this yellow sparkle to come out. I don't know if they look like a tiger eye, but it's a good attempt. That's what I say. We'll also need a little bit of sanding on the edges. They are both-sided or two-sided, which is also nice. I think what really is saving it is this golden FIMO clay. I gave them a good wash, trying to get rid of the cornstarch, and I think even without the polishing they already glisten very nice. And again, where this glistening comes from is probably this metal clay, golden one. So that I count this as a success. My favorite out of them is probably this one. Alright. Next time it will be even better.